All right, let's see. Let's see if anybody comes in. I did not advertise this show. It's been a a remarkable experience on how many millions of people have been tuning in to watch these. I'm being funny. All right. One day, maybe, one day. So welcome to KVS Travel Live. Probably gonna give it a minute here. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully people will enjoy the knowledge, the free knowledge that we're going to provide for you today, because today we're going to talk about, amongst other things, AI. AI is growing. AI is getting better, but AI is AI. We're also going to talk about the truth about adults only. And I might hit here, I have some subjects here. We're going to talk about the truth about adults only. Resorts, of course. We are KVS Travel. I'm pretty sure Amanda's here. That way you know that. Let me have a sip of my coffee. I need that. So, Hi, one person in there. And listen, feel free to leave me your comments on the bottom of this video on what we discussed. If you have anything really interesting to add to the story, to the article, to the situation, to the podcast. And subscribe, hit the notification button, and then it'll notify you that we are live. All right, so we're going to talk, here's some subjects. The truth about adults only resorts. There was another subject I want to look at. I want to talk about that I thought was really good. So we're talking about AI, adults only resorts. And we're going to talk about like resort reviews and how misleading and different subjects of that. So let's get into it. Welcome to KVS Travel Live. We are a full service, full-time travel agency. We have been doing travel for over 13 years and we are experts. We really are. And I find it challenging that people could ever not understand. Oh, it's Trey. Hi, Trey. I find it interesting when clients call us and, how do I say it? Like they tell me about all the places that their friends tell them to go. So I try to let them know that, well, how many trips a year does your friend go to? There's no disrespect, but people do have this habit of going on a vacation and telling everybody how amazing it is. Even if it isn't, it makes them feel better about the decision they made. With us, there will be no risks to a point. Like we are gonna do our very best with all our knowledge. Each year we visit anywhere from 10, what do you think? I don't want to exaggerate, 10 to 25 different resorts, sometimes more. So every year we are in there, and that means we taste it, we feel it, we sleep there, we know all the little bits, the beach. Because, you know, when you go to their sites and when you go to the cheap sites and all that, they're just showing you what they want you to know. We're making sure that your money is well spent. That's our goal. Our goal is to get all your business and your loyalty. We love our loyal clients. Our loyal clients get treated the best. And our loyal clients are what makes us, you know, stay in business. Without them, we'll be out of business. So let's get into it. I want to talk a little bit about AI because AI is really helpful. And AI does this thing where, you know, you can ask it anything, it'll tell you what your answer is. But what is AI? AI is, everything's human. Even an AI, somebody's inputting that information. And don't tell me there's never going to be bias. There's going to be sponsorships behind the scenes. There's going to be endorsements. You know, there's all kinds of different things that go in there. Plus, it doesn't know what the food tastes like. It doesn't know what the rooms smell like. It doesn't know the seaweed situation. It doesn't know the vibe of the hotel. It doesn't know like the things that only you would know if you stayed there. Amanda, what else? Like, what else is AI gonna miss in a situation? I mean, AI is not gonna tell you, hey, this resort used to be good, but lately it's not so good. That's a lot of resorts. There's a lot of resorts out there that used to be good, and I don't know, has there ever been a resort that wasn't so good that got better?
Well, it depends.
No, like, does any ever come to your mind that, hey, they used to have a horrible reputation, man, they turn it around? Because normally, if that's a situation that happens, that resort will just rebrand itself. Some new owner will buy it, they'll remodel it, they'll refurbish it, they'll do whatever, and they'll rebrand it.
I've seen good resorts get better.
Like what?
Hermitage.
Oh, yeah, there's some. Yeah, like one of our favorites. Listen here, if you want the best, make sure you book with us because you're going to get free massage. But Hermitage Bay, I talk about them a lot just because it was a great resort, a good resort, really good resort that got like better. So that's possible where resorts get better. But that's AI. AI is still computer. It's still human entered. It's going off of what is entered into their system. It's finding the answers. We've used it. My wife uses it from time to time for some things, and I found a couple mistakes already where they were wrong. So that's, you're not going to ever be able to remove human touch and human out of things. You're just not gonna. You're gonna always need a human perspective, and even in an AI, you're always going to need a human to keep it up and to maintain AI. And what's that human's thinking? Maybe that human is like, maybe that human hates Mexico, and that human's going to put more better, things in there, and it's going to mislead you on Mexico. There's a lot of misleadingness on Mexico, and that's not really the case. Mexico is a country; it's not an island. So Mexico has a lot of good options. They got bigger landmass to draw from, but there's also downsides in Mexico. So that's something you get from us. You're going to get all that immediate, real human answers and responses and real human experience. I'm a real human, and you're going to get that real human thing. Adults only, the truth about adults only. Like, what qualifies as an adults only? Because sometimes adults only is 18 plus, sometimes it's 16 plus. So there's lots to know about that. Not all adults only are equal, as far as some adults only are party places, real high energy and partying, and maybe more single people and different things like that. And then on the other side, you have some that are more quiet, more romantic, and then you have some that are a really good mix of both. So that there. Let's see what we got here. What does it say? He's interrupting my show.
Is KVS Travel good? So AI says it appears to be a reputable travel agency that focuses on personalized service and expertise.
Wow, good response from AI.
But although there are conflicting reviews and some potential red flags to consider.
What's that? What does that mean?
Is there more than one KVS Travel? They don't tell you that.
Oh yeah, there is a KVS Travel somewhere in Asia, some kind of an Asian travel company. So AI is even recognized.
So that's Google.
Yeah, but that's one of my clients. He's immediately responded. I like that. I mean, listen, you want to do your research and you want to make sure you're comfortable, but AI is still.
Here's a mistake.
Well, look here.
KVS Travel is affiliated with Ensemble Travel Group.
Look at that.
That's not true.
Look at that. Did you hear that, folks? So we just did a AI question of, well, we didn't. Trey did, client of ours, good guy. He just did a quick AI question of KVS Travel, and it gave us really nice thing, but it was wrong about that we're affiliated with Ensemble Travel, whatever that is. We're not affiliated with them. So that's what I'm talking about right there.
We're Travel Leaders Network.
Yeah, so we're a member of some consortiums that help our business and help our clients, but that's not one of them. And I'm gonna tell you right there, your vacation, honeymoon, family vacation, anniversary, whatever, is costing you a lot of hard-earned money, and you want that to be done properly. And you just cannot risk all that to a cheap site, a big box site with 74% one-star reviews, or a computer-driven model. I mean, as helpful as that stuff's gonna be, listen, you can't, if eventually if they try to take all humans out, no human's gonna have any money to buy anything. That's another thing. Like, I just read an article the other day how like Ford Motor Group is going to be eliminating so many people because of automation, blah, blah. It's like, at what point do they realize nobody's going to have a job to buy their products if they keep doing some of this stuff, and they keep filling up the country. So it's kind of weird. So we got to watch, and we got to realize that we can trust our fellow Americans as well to expensive, important things. Travel is expensive, and traveling is important to your soul and your well-being. One of my advices years ago that I learned was I had some people that I knew from high school when we started traveling. They were always commenting about, oh, it must be nice to do all that traveling you do. And I was like, well, why don't you book something? And they're like, oh, I got money for that. But, you know, I personally knew for a fact that they were always eating out and they were always shopping and they were doing things that you technically can cut back on, set up a fund, and go on a trip. You'll never forget it. Unlike those things you buy at stores and different things, they're a temporary, what's I call when you get,
Dopamine rush?
it's a dopamine rush. And then after you receive come home with the thing you bought, half the time you're already like, it's not as exciting as I thought. When you book a trip, you have that anticipation before your trip. Then you go on the trip and it's awesome. And then you come back and you never forget it. And then hopefully you're semi-addicted to it and you put that in your yearly budget to go on a beautiful vacation. See that behind me? Do you see that? That's nice. And that's something you don't forget when you get to see beautiful water. So we're talking about adults, so let's get back on track. This show's going crazy. Different vibes, I went over that because some are romantic, some are quiet, some are party-centric, and some have a nice blend of all. There's different types of room categories, there's club levels, there's all kinds of different things, and you want to know factually what is really worth your money and your experience. And we match clients to the right kind of adults only experience. When you call me, I'm going to get some information from you, and then I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to talk about yourselves and what you're expecting, what you've seen, what you haven't seen. And of course, the most important thing is your budget. Try to be prepared with that. And I want the maximum budget, not that it's going to make you lose sleep at night, the maximum budget that you can afford. Because I want to know what I can offer you. You know, because if you tell me you can only spend X dollars and I have this beautiful place over here with Y dollars, I might not bring it up to you if it's too much of a price difference. But you might have missed out on that if it's something like, don't hold back. I don't own the resort, so give me the max that you can spend. We might not spend it all, but I want to be able to offer you the best for that budget. I hate when I see that. Red flags in descriptions like adult-oriented and sophisticated vibe. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, and it's hard to just go through it. It's hard to cut through the mess with some of these places and see what is really a good fit. There's a lot of resorts out there that look fantastic, and you're probably loving the price, and there's a reason why their price is something you love. And their availability seems to always be there, even at the last minute. Generally, those aren't good places, because if they were really good, they wouldn't have a lot of availability. So to wrap up this episode, I got a lot of things I want to talk to this. I did miss a week or two here, busy, but any questions? If you're ready for a true experience with a real travel agency to treat you like you deserve, then you're ready for us. If you are looking to pinch pennies and you're going to price shop all over the place, we're probably not your fit, because we are competitive, but we don't price match discount services. We give unlimited service, concierge. That is our forte, is providing excellent service to our clients, checking in on them, following up, making sure all their requests are communicated to the resort's management. We try to make it as seamless as possible. If you're ready for that kind of experience, please give us a call. And you know, we do have some special agreements with a couple of resorts where you get a little extras, maybe massages or some other things. So give us a call when you're ready. Any comments to my show here, please leave them below. And thank you, Trey, for bringing that up. That was actually spot on. It worked out perfectly. Thank you, everybody. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and call KVS Travel. I gotta